like this kind of pressure. Boom, boom.
Did the record skip?
I guess it did. I better not do that. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh my god, it's morning again. Holy shit.
I know. Every day. Every day we gotta go through this.
Never fails, man. It like always happens.
Morning starts the day.
It always happens. Good morning to you, whoever is out there watching today. Apparently we like go offline one day. We take like a mental health day, and apparently all our peeps are gone. Everybody just abandoned us.
Oh.
No? You don't think so? You think everybody will show up eventually?
I don't know. I hope so.
I don't know. It's kind of like the way it is, man. You take a day off at Twitter, right? We went down to Florida and took kind of a break.
That wasn't good.
Yeah. It's pretty much like, taking a DC-9 and shutting off all the engines.
What's a DC-9?
That's an airplane, large jet, or, whatever, 747, whatever the hell. Turn the engines off. It doesn't glide well,
No.
I guess is what I'm saying.
I see.
And probably podcasting and creating content doesn't last either, man. You got to keep pumping it out. Yes, and finally we just got to the point where we were like, 3 weeks into the project, we were like, all right, we need a mental health day.
Jeff is here.
Neither of us were feeling it.
Say hi to Jeff. Oh, no, Jeff is saying be right back. He's here, but he's not here.
Oh, good. Well, we'll just hang out for a little bit. So yeah, we just weren't feeling it yesterday, and was kind of down, and we've been on this roller coaster ride, you know. Right now I'm in the process of cannibalizing my life, like moving. Like I got to downsize again, and we did this before.
Yeah.
And so this is all of a sudden I was like laying there in a sheen of sweat this morning, smelling like the staleness of my own sweat. Because when I'm under stress, I remember when I spent that night in jail, or the couple of days in jail, and how bad I smelled when I came out because of all the pheromones and the stink, and it's like it's a high stress, just stress hormones, or whatever the hell it is, man. But it don't smell good, and so I've got to take a shower this morning right after the show, because it's just like, and it's because I'm going through all this crap where it's like there's uncertainty involved, and I'm downsizing, and then people are going to have to get involved that I don't know, like the realtor, and you know what I mean? It's like all of these things, and you and I were talking about that. It just seems weird that it's like, how am I so emotionally fragile at the moment? You know, what the hell is going on with all of that?
Yeah.
And
we've been trying to learn more about stoicism.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's like right now there's just a huge soup of everything that's going on, and I mean, like, we have never been in the kind of times we are in right now. I mean, we're just gonna go through the bookmarks, and it's like we just bookmarked a bunch of shit today. Okay, it's not curated in any specific order. Not that I mean, we try to sometimes, but no, I mean, but I mean, it's just like there's so much news, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yep.
So much instability in the world right now.
Yep.
And so there's that freak soup that we're in every day when we wake up, and that in and of itself. But I mean, being on the verge of nuclear annihilation is a little concerning.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think we have anything really about Israel and Hezbollah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could just talk about that for a minute. I mean, you don't even have to, right? It's all right. So, like, the latest is that, well, wherever you want to pick up, okay, Israel got hit and a bunch of kids got killed, and they got mad and they sent over and wanted to kill somebody, which was a Hezbollah leader, and so they shot missiles into the middle of Beirut, and they blew the guy up. They
killed the number one Hamas leader in Tehran, and they killed
the number
two
Hamas.
Number one eliminated in Tehran, and Hezbollah number two eliminated in Beirut, Lebanon, which is where they fired, and then they were expecting to be retaliated against. So
yep. So that's a major escalation going on there, and there's kind of rumor, wars and rumors of wars that for your biblical reference for the morning, that they're gonna aim all these crazy, more sophisticated rockets than Hamas has. Because the Hezbollah is more sophisticated than Hamas.
You need a spit guard or something.
And so, anyway, I mean, just the Hamas digs up water tubes out of the ground, fills them pretty much with gunpowder, okay? And puts like a cone on them and then shoots them into, and I mean, they make a mess and they kind of blow up, I guess, a little, but they're not guided at all. But apparently, Hezbollah has more sophisticated, larger. I mean, like 100,000 of them is what I heard. Oh. They launch 100,000 rockets at Israel. Okay, Israel's gonna. It's the dome, Iron Dome, will be completely overwhelmed, and they're gonna scramble tactical nukes. I guarantee it. Okay,
right.
And they'll go nuke. They'll go nuke everybody. Okay. And it's going to be on, man. Well, there's always another leader to step right up, and take the place. I don't know, man. It's like I don't know anymore. Did they kill the number one leader of Hamas or Hezbollah?
The number 2 leader of Hezbollah and the number 1 leader of Hamas. Did you not hear me?
Well, I just wanted you to repeat it, my love, for Prin, who's here now.
Oh, hi, Prin.
So, so that's going on, and we didn't even bookmark any of that crap, right? So, but anyway, personally, just let me update you on kind of what's going on here. The Jeep is still fried. But it's at the dealership. I got it to the dealership. It was very, very stressful getting it to the dealership. Because I went down there, I mean, I had it all worked out, right? I stayed at home over the weekend. I'm like chilling, going, there's nothing you can do about it right now. Just chill. It'll be fine.
We only have the one car.
It'll be fine. It'll be there on Monday morning when you go to take care of this, because you can't take care of it to get it. You can't just tow it to the dealer over the weekend. Yeah, well, I guess I could have, but I don't know. I mean, I thought Monday. I'm just going to do this on Monday. And so I go down there with the tractor, and I got AAA. I got to talk to people again, on the phone and shit, and so I get it all done, and I head down there to meet the guy and everything, and I go down there, and the car's not there. I'm like, fuck, man, where's the Jeep? And so I call back AAA. I'm like, well, look, don't, and they're like, you need to call this number, and apparently your Jeep is impounded. And I'm like, oh. So I call the number, and Brandy answers the phone. Hello, Allstate. And I said, so you have my Jeep, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And she says, it's going to be, I said, how do I get it out of there? Right? She says, well, you're going to have to pay $465. And I screamed, what? As I was midair flying off the tractor, and I proceeded to lose it. And I don't cry very often in life, but I wept. I mean, openly to this woman. It was really pathetic and sad. It was awful to do. And I said, you don't fucking understand. I got like $80 in the bank account right now. I'm sweating the $30 to get the overage of the AAA. Okay.
Right, and then how much is a diagnostic gonna?
Well, that's not. We haven't even gotten there yet. So I said, how much is this gonna cost me, like per day? Because I don't have the money to get it out right this second. $60 a day. I'm like, lady, you can understand. Okay, this is the only asset that I have. Practically, I have left. I mean, it's the only car I have. I'm trying to move to Florida because my parents are dying and blah 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 blah. And so like I laid it on pretty thick, right? And expressed my, at the end of my ropedness that I felt.
And?
So she said, well, let me talk to the owner and let me see what magic they can do with AAA and whatever. And long story short, she called me back and she said, okay, if you pay $20 and then call AAA tomorrow, we can... It's broken up into 2 tows. They'll cover it all, and you just have to pay $20. I'm like, oh, thank God, thank you, blah 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 blah. And so then I.
And we're only talking about how far is it? 7 miles. dealership? For 11 miles.
Yeah. Oh, 11 miles
11
total.
miles. Yeah,
It was
it's not-
total.
it's not
It wasn't
very
that far. But AAA, it's like unless you look into it, you got 5 miles. They take
Right.
you, and that's it. And they drop your ass off, and then you got to pay
Yeah.
for the rest of it. You got to pay for the balance. So, hopefully you're within 5 miles of some place that can fix your car, right? So, or
well,
whatever.
Not up here.
But anyway, so I arranged for the AAA, and then I call the lady back the next morning to arrange to pay the $20. And when she's like, "Your car's already over there, it's all taken care of. Don't worry about it." So God worked it all out.
Wow.
Right? God worked it all out, and but I mean, just the emotional ringer of having to talk to all those people and then cry on the phone in front of a woman, and just it was so embarrassing. So anyway, today I'm happy today because I have nothing major going on except that I can try and focus and hunker down on doing the things that need to be done to get out of here, liquidate this place. But see, the liquidation requires commitment, right? And that's the whole thing is I'm like, I just gotta go full bore and just go. We got to go to Florida, and that's just all there is to it. We talked about it the other day. What happens if World War III breaks out? Because this whole thing is escalating, right? And I'm like going, do I really want to be moving to Florida right now? I mean, come on, man. For a year, I made this podcast telling people to get the hell out of Dodge, and that
Right.
they should be running to the hills. And I'm going to try and sell this place
Which is in
exactly
the
the
hills.
same way by saying you need to be here. And then they're going to go, well, why are you leaving? I'm going to go, well, good fucking question. I mean, because my parents need us. I mean, that's our parents need us, and so we got to go do that.
Yeah, it's
And whatever. And I got to just put it, in God's hands that it's going to be all right, and that's where He wants us, and that the income thing is all going to work itself out, and that Social Security won't evaporate like 2 months after I start collecting it, and it's not going to go bankrupt, or somebody's not going to shut it down.
right.
But which likely won't happen. But so the whole thing is scary. But what if World War III breaks out? Like, we would want to stay here, and we both experienced a sense of relief at the thought.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? It was like,
Scared about committing.
yeah. It's not. It's so highly stressful, and I don't like stress, and kind of whiny about it, and so
It's
so
all-
definitely pray for us, man. Yeah, you know what? There's a whole bunch of Chinese right on the damn border up here with Canada and whatever
yeah.
I've heard, right? So we're
Hundreds of
well,
growth.
like in my opinion at this point, Jeff, it's all if it goes sideways, it's just going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And the people that are going to live are the people that are going to know how to shoot, how to purify water,
Yep.
and not afraid to kill somebody else if they have to. I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to it. And be better trained and be more thoughtful, right?
Oh, and we're going to talk about Kamala.
Oh my God.
Mama
Oh
Kamala.
yeah.
She wants to take guns. She wants to do
Go door to door.
and do a mandatory buyback.
Mandatory buyback, door to
First
door.
100 days. Mm-hmm. And folks, I'm sick to my stomach over it because there is excitement for her that we don't see with Biden. Well, there's nothing for Biden, but
It's manufactured. It's artificial.
it is. But
They're going to have concerts by famous people between now and the election
Right.
to get these big crowds to simulate, widespread support for her.
right.
But she's got it. It's 97 days. There's a lot of time between now and then. She's going to have to open her mouth and talk.
Yeah.
And I tell you something right now, you go door to door trying to take away guns, people are going to die.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to die.
It's already happened. I mean,
Yeah,
states that have red
it's
flag
already
laws.
happened where the ATF shows up at somebody's house And the guy blows himself up because he says, I'm not going anywhere in zip ties, and you came to just fuck me over and take all my shit. And people just self-immolate, right?
Yes.
You know, and I've already made the comment right now. I mean, hashtag FBI, bastards. You come over here, okay, with zip ties, you're done. You're done. It's going to go Ruby Ridge. It's going to be on the news. I'm not going anywhere in zip ties because I'm never going to get out again. And neither are you. And so we're not going. It's not going. My freedom is not yours to take anymore.
Right.
You're not a legitimate government anymore. You're now. I consider you all jackboots. You have my compatriots in prison, right? Then they are being held as hostages, right? So shall we move on?
We shall. Let's go to the bookmark.
Let us do so then,
Yes.
expeditiously and expediently.
Yep.
Is there anybody else here but Jeffy this morning?
Prin.
Oh, that's right. Prince here. Cool.
And there are people that watch that don't chat.
Not only rogue, just rogue, yes, but I mean illegitimate to begin with.
Corrupt. Evil.
It was a coup. We had a coup. And then they say, "Oh, Donald Trump's going to have a coup." These
Yeah.
people, as long as you understand when you wake up, you realize everything they always say is always projection.
Right.
Everything they accuse you of doing is exactly what they are.
Right.
They accuse you of being a racist. That's exactly what they're doing. They're being racist.
Yep.
And it's always like, look at the monkey by projecting it upon you. You know, it's terrible. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ruckus, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, excellent. All right, so let's go over stuff, right? So this is Truslinger, it's me. Here's my tip button if you feel so motivated to use it. There's my link tree where you can follow me all sorts of different places and give in different ways there as well. And let's go to my bookmarks. Now let's see what my lovely wife has prepared for us this morning. Okay. All right, what are we looking at here? Oh, okay, last night, Hamas. Oh, wait a minute. Is this... I got to have the right button here. There we go. Okay. There we go.
Wow.
Last night,
Snazzy.
Hamas #1 eliminated in Tehran.
So did we bomb Tehran, or did they do like a? I mean, like we bombed Hezbollah in Beirut.
Yeah, they guess they I don't even know how they bombed them, to tell you the truth. I don't know if they shot missiles. They probably planes,
Yeah, it's
probably
not,
airstrike. I don't know.
It's not good.
But yeah, they killed them, and so it's escalating into a larger. They like to say regional conflict. I'm saying pretty much we're in the throes of World War III at this point. I mean, it's just it keeps ratcheting up in scale, and things are happening now that are unprecedented, right? I guess shipping lanes are not open. I guess still the hoochies and the coochies and over there.
Really?
Got yeah. I guess. I mean, there's just stuff going on. It's just
We need Trump so bad.
so bad. But we heard there's going to be another assassination attempt on him, right?
Yeah, before November.
We got a leaker.
Yeah.
We got more leakers.
Yeah. Whistleblower.
Yes, whistleblowers. So yeah, everything is going on so fast, right?
Oh, look at the.
I mean, all they're going to have to do, all Hezbollah has to do is fire off all those sophisticated rockets. Right? Did I get any in your ear?
Yeah,
Did it feel like that? Was it
felt
wet?
like
Was it nice and
yes.
wet?
Ew.
Good.
Oh God.
You know,
That's
I mean,
what she said.
it's like I see this, you know, yeah, they effed with Israel, they found out, right? Sure, great. But you know, there's a part of me that's got a heavy heart because I keep seeing this whole thing just cranking up. And if it cranks up and we get to tactical nukes, guys, I want you to understand that, listen to me. There's no computer model out there that has any nuclear scenario. And notice how you want to stay tuned to Truth Slinger while you're liking, subscribing, and doing all that stuff down there. Ding, ding, ding. Because I say nuclear. I say it correctly. Unlike most people who say nuclear. Because it ain't nuclear. It's nuclear. Okay? If this thing goes nuclear, right? There is no scenario. There is no model whatsoever. Okay? That it's okay in the end.
Right.
Not one. Not one. Not one. You can't just go, it'll be all right when Russia blows off a tactical nuke in Ukraine. It's going to be fine. Right? Or
There have been so many lines crossed that I never would have thought would have happened.
oh, and I'd
I
be
mean, the
shocked.
Secret Service thing.
I'd be shocked if Iran doesn't have a nuke already. Mm-hmm. I would.
Nuclear.
I mean, because we we've been dealing with Iran all these years. It's like, well, we just take people's word for it, and we have these loose inspections. They're going to do exactly what they say they were. Look, these Islamists. So that I'm very specific.
Right.
Okay, I'm not going to say all Muslims. Okay, I would never do such a thing. Okay, but these Islamists
Yes.
and these Islamic countries are lying sons of bitches. Okay? They got no compunction. As a matter of fact, their religion, their book says it's okay to lie to you because it's to achieve the greater aim of Allahu Akbar. Okay? So, yeah, these people have no compunction. But yet we don't understand. Remember Baghdad Bob? Baghdad Bob was just
Lied about everything.
just as bad as
Oh, no,
Velshi
no.
over
I
at
mean-
MSNBC while the liquor store's burning behind him. It's a generally mostly peaceful protest here, except for that little bit of flames and the guys carrying liquor bottles, out of the store.
Baghdad Bob.
But yeah, they said the same thing. It is fine. We are good. There is no problem here. We will vanquish the imperial pigs. All right, what are we looking at here?
Okay.
What are we looking at? Oh, is this something from the...
You guys scroll up more.
Oh, so they can see.
Yeah.
Well, I need to make it smaller. Apparently, we can get the whole thing on the screen.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right. What are we looking at
This
here?
is embarrassing.
Oh, come on.
No, it's just a hand on the leg. That's all. It's just a little.
Oh, is that Obama?
Yeah, it's a little intimate. Look. Right there. Ooh. Put his hand on his leg.
Oh, well, we know he's a.
I know. Well, that's all.
You remember that Tucker Carlson interview that was a male prostitute that said that
Yeah, he wasn't-
Obama's a gay?
Yeah.
Of course he's gay. Big Mike. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. So our friend Bagadouche. Wow. Okay. Said, "Fuck this taco rubbing cunt." Okay. That's interesting.
You
That's,
told me to bookmark it.
I did nothing
Yes,
of
you
the
did.
sort. I did not.
I play KJP.
Well, you might have played it, but I didn't know that comment was going to be there.
Well, maybe you
My
should have looked before you instructed me.
goodness. You've
Bookmark it.
offended me.
Following up on that, did the president see the Last Supper controversy at the Olympics? Do you know? Did he see the?
I don't have anything.
the Last
I
Supper
appreciate the question. I
controversy?
just don't have anything to share.
Millions of Christians across the globe
I
were
understand.
offended by it. The president's
I-
Christian. Was
I
he
just answered
offended
your
by
question.
it? But was the president offended by it?
I just answered
Did,
your
can I
question.
just ask him? Did he see it?
I don't have anything else to add.
Did
to
he
what-
see it?
Thank you so much.
So funny.
Yeah. Globally transmitted, okay, a complete sacrilegious mocking of the Christian religion, of Christ himself.
Yep.
Okay. And nothing but debauchery, homosexuality, perversion, disgustingness, not to mention a pale horse with a rider called Death,
Right.
with Hades following close behind. And hell followed with him, close behind. Hard times are coming. Hard times are coming. But they won't talk about it. Won't even acknowledge it. does our Catholic vegetable president, who goes to Mass, who was raised in Mass at the black church,
Whatever.
didn't know
Right.
blacks were mostly Catholic. But that's beside the point. Okay. I mean, you know, he doesn't have an opinion, and you don't have an opinion for him, because all that you ever do, we know that most of the time the president doesn't say or think the shit that comes out of your head. It comes out of your head for him. So you got nothing? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Oh yeah, she's a witch. Ban her.
Okay.
Okay, so
So around the world.
let's go to global news.
Yeah.
It's getting randy over in England.
Right.
What's going on?
Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. A illegal immigrant stabbed 8 little girls that were at a Taylor Swift party.
And how did they do? Are they recovering?
Most of them are dead. I don't have an exact number.
So killed most of them.
Right. So the people in this town of Southport, okay. They are, so basically our side. They're on the right side.
And mostly it seems the men
right. And
are pissed
they're pissed off.
because a bunch of daughters
yeah.
were murdered by who?
In illegal.
The usual suspects.
Right.
The cultural enrichment that they've brought in to all of our countries.
Right.
That's it. So the men have had it. But I don't know if we have another thing later that says that the mayor of this town or whatever, or the burg or borough or whatever the fuck they call it over there, village, hamlet, I don't know,
Yeah.
is basically saying that this is completely unacceptable.
Right.
That this violence, but didn't say shit
When the little girl.
when the
they
little
said-
girls were stabbed and killed.
Yeah.
But this here is unacceptable. So watch this. Now this poor guy, watch him. He gets knocked right in the balls. Poor guy. Wrong place, wrong time. Now I can't help. Yeah, they've had it, right? And this guy gets right up in front.
Yeah, he thinks.
Okay, so news for you: when this shit starts breaking out, people start throwing shit. Okay, don't walk up to the police line and act like a tough guy, because you're gonna get hit in the head with something, and then when you try to walk back, you're gonna get hit in the balls with something else.
Oh my God.
Jesus Lord. Friendly. Is that what we call
Friendly fire?
fire? Yeah. Oh my goodness, man.
All right, so let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. So
There's some more.
there's more.
This is a big deal because they're actually talking about burning down the mosque. Okay, I mean they're not kidding around anymore.
Yeah, well, look, I think everybody's had it. Okay, it's like if your culture can play with our culture, that's fine, and if you can't, it's time for your culture to go. Period. That's what we're down with here.
Yeah.
And
It's not color or race. It
Hell,
does. It comes down to culture.
right, and all they do is use racism as a bludgeon to say that we need to allow these people with completely different value systems. I mean, you know, you can't take a fucking savage, and put him amidst civilization. He will rape your women.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening. Rape and stabbing women
And
and
then
children
people that are calling it out, like Tommy Robinson.
are getting thrown in prison.
Yep.
It's upside down, bizarre world. But what's happening is now normal people are starting to say, we're not putting up with this anymore, right? Listen to this anger. I would not want to be those cops right now. Because they're nothing but jackboots. They're protecting a system that protects this illegal immigration crap.
That's right.
And if they continue, they need to all walk off the jobs, but they're too afraid.
Right.
If those cops walked off the job, then everybody else would fucking feed them, I bet.
Yep.
But they're scared. Yep. And that, you know what's going to happen? And I said this earlier. These people are going to sit in their little perches, okay, these authoritarian sons of bitches, like these women rulers, and going to go, that is completely unacceptable.
Oh, I know.
You must stop this violent behavior. You must stop it immediately. You know what's going to happen? They're going to show up at her house with torches. They're going to throw a fucking rope over the goddamn tree, and they're going to hang the bitch.
Right.
They're going to fucking take a guillotine. They're going to pull out a guillotine. They're going to cut their fucking... This is the way it ends for authoritarians, you dumb bitch. Okay? You go let them eat cake? What do you think you're going to have? You are not obviously a student of history.
Right.
Right? Seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to act like rogues and tyrants and shit. They're going to get treated like them. It's going to happen. Right?
Yep.
And it's going to happen here too. All right. So let's shift gears and go to Venezuela.
Yes, that's the
Tell
other
us what's
hot
going
spot.
on. Tell us what's going on in Venezuela since you curated for us.
Apparently, their elections are so amazing that they got 109% of the population voting.
109%. Wow, that's
109%.
amazing.
I know. They're really good
Must
at
have
it.
got all the dead people out of the graves, right? They got zombieism going on there. Is there a zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse going on over there?
Yeah. So Maduro isn't backing down, and some military are going against him, and there's kind of a coup.
So basically, we're on the edge of a civil war, right?
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of information leaking out. Well, first of all, we'll show you some graphs and charts. But first, let's just show you the overall civil unrest and why is this important? Why am I pointing you to Venezuela? Well, because if they pull the same shit over here, okay, this is just a preview of things to come.
Right.
This is the fucking movie trailer for America 2024 election stolen. Okay? That's exactly what you're watching here. Right? So let's watch these. Okay, basically anger and general disarray. Okay, people on the streets. More disarray.
Now we're tearing down billboards.
Okay.
Maduro's a dictator.
Soon to be ex-dictator looks like. Yeah, so it doesn't appear they're happy with him. Venezuela is turned sideways. Breaking news.
Things have gone sideways.
It's totally gone sideways in Venezuela. Por favor.
All right, let's move on to the chart.
This is Telemundo.
Oh my God. That's really loud.
Yeah, so they're not happy. They're not happy there.
No.
Okay, it's very noisy. All right,
my
here's
God.
something interesting. Breaking. Wait. Election workers at the tabulation center of Venezuela just whoopsie, posted a picture of election results across various states showing a historic defeat of the socialist president Nicolas Maduro.
Yep.
This makes it impossible for Maduro to steal the election. You can see pie charts on the workers' screens with the opposition blue destroying Maduro in red. Wow. Yeah, you see them all?
Yeah.
See them all? That's how they leaked it. That's hilarious, man. You see them?
That's awesome.
All the different states where you get wiped out. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so now, in case you say, okay, this election stuff, this just doesn't happen, and it's not. How can you say Venezuela is the forerunner to what's going to happen here? Look, did you see all those people in the streets? There was a very similar thing that happened on January something. I can't remember the date. Where a bunch of people showed up to protest the results of an election.
Oh, yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
January 23rd or
That's
my
your
birthday.
27th.
Okay, 27th. No, that's your birthday.
Oh, no, shit.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. I don't know what day it was, but it's something. Oh yeah, it was January 6th.
It was.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And look at this.
Okay.
Check this out. Now, I believe they probably use over there. How much you want to bet? What's the name of the software company? The big
Dominion.
Dominion.
Which
probably
sounds kind of dark and evil to begin with, doesn't it?
No, but I mean, wait a minute now. Seriously, look at this. This is the Venezuela election graph, and this is the election graph in Georgia from January 5th. 2021, okay? So this is from the last election. Now look at the similarity. Look at this. I mean, down to
Wow.
even this minor bump here, this injection into the system.
Yeah.
You see this injection into the system
It's
right
like
here?
this backwards
This is
V.
really similar to this. Are you seeing you do see my cursor on the screen, right? You see that?
Yep.
I'm not crazy. If you overlay those two things together,
Oh,
this
no,
looks like
the graph is not showing.
the graph. Oh, the graph is not showing. Let me shrink it for you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I should have noticed that. Okay.
There we go. Now you can see it. Now you see right here. You see this? Let me click back over here. Yeah, you can see it. Even this little bump right here is very similar to an injection right here. And what this is algorithmic, and it's an algorithm trying to keep up with what's going on here in relation. And so it is injecting, I put forth, it's cheating along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the similarity between these two curves. But that's not where the similarity really becomes striking.
Right.
Do y'all notice this? No, you don't have to be a mathematician,
No, I'm really good at seeing trends.
okay?
Just like
Look at this, okay? It's like all of a sudden, bang, okay? Bang. All of a sudden, there's just exactly the right amount of votes injected into the system in order to overtake the opponent, right? Are we not streaming well today?
yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. I keep forgetting. I have to write a post-it. I found my post-its finally. I have to write a post-it. I did everything this morning. We got gas in. I did a sound check, but I didn't start in administrator mode. So
Uh-oh.
I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to make the stream smoother. Yeah. So this is pretty telling, don't you think? It looks just exactly like it. Look, USA, Venezuela, right? Same. I mean, it's the same thing. And so they did this shit, and they did it before. And guys, if you don't think they're going to do it again, if you got another thing coming, it's going to happen. The Democrats they just keep running the same playbooks. And they're going to continue to do the same shit over and over and again. I mean, why would they stop now? Why? Because they think that they're going to get found out? They know that they can, they just believe that they can cover it up. They'll just blow more smoke, right? So, yeah, they're going to do it again, and it's scary. Now, this is Tommy Robinson. You understand? This is why people are riled up in England right now, and he's riled up. And is he in jail right now? Is he out? Did he bail out?
He's bailed out. Yeah.
They arrested him again, but look, he's mad, and this is
He's
the way
really mad.
this is the way most Americans feel too.
Get them out of them hotels. Get them gone. Put them on boats and send them back. Okay? They shouldn't be here. Get them out of them hotels. Get them gone. Put them on boats and send them back. Okay? They shouldn't be here.
Yep. I almost want to put that on my soundboard just so I can play it every once in a while. He's right. But this has been an orchestrated destruction of our country. All right. This is the vigil for the girls, the innocent children that we told you about. And it says, but do you notice anything? Where is the Islamic migrant community who swarm the streets every week to demand respect? Halal foods, other things, right?
They're
always, right? No, they didn't come.
Wow.
Right? It says, political training, Islam in schools, closure for Islamic holidays, and seize control of public spaces for their prayers, show of power on every Islamic holiday, right? They dominate every aspect of British public life. Yet now, when there's a vigil for British children, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Nope, just all the white people. Because it's an invasion. It's a takeover. They don't give a shit about the indigenous population. They don't give a shit about the Britons. That's why. All right, this is kind of inspiring.
This is our little moment of music for the day.
Oh, we'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. We'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. We'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. Oh, it'd be alright if we make it around the horn. Oh, it'd be alright if we make it around the horn. Oh, it'd be alright if we make it around the horn. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. Well, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot. We'll roll the old. We'll roll the old. And we'll all hang on behind. Well, another festival wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, another festival wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, another festival wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old. We'll roll the old. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind.
I love that.
I don't know if that was organic or that was a group of people that know each other. But that's just makes me weepy almost because
yeah, it's beautiful.
it's
I love it.
it's because it's about culture and it's about, heritage and God damn it, it's about, at this point it's about white people, okay? I hate to say it. But, it's like
Well, it's Western civilization.
it's Western civilization, okay? And it's being eradicated. It's being shut down. It's being replaced. And it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible. It's like genocide, really, in a slow way. And it's just criminal. But a spirit is there, right? The spirit is still there. Mm-hmm. So, what is this nonsense going on? A man wearing baklava.
No, not
Baklava? Why the hell would any wear
Baklava's a
baklava?
pastry.
It's a wonderful sticky pastry, and I think that's really weird.
That's not what he said.
What did he say? A man wearing a balaclava
Yeah.
and carrying what the fuck is a balaclava? What is it? Is that a turbine?
I don't know.
Never
It's
mind.
probably some
Never
kind of a
mind.
weapon.
Wearing a balaclava. I don't know. Carrying a knife. I think the important part of the knife
All
is
right,
the
wait a
knife.
minute. Spell
Been
it.
arrested
B-
in BALA clava.
Okay.
Balaclava.
Balaclava. Oh! It's a mask. It's a 3-hole face mask.
Oh. So a guy wearing a mask was carrying a knife has been arrested in Southport this evening, just yards from the vigil for the children killed in yesterday's attack. So they were probably inches away from being attacked, vigiling for the people that were attacked.
Exactly.
Oh, so apparently some of the immigrants or Muslims did show
Did
up.
it show up? Yeah, right.
Yeah, they did.
They
They
were
sent-
wearing their baklava.
They sent a contingent. Oh, it's a ninja mask. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not baklava.
No, apparently I've learned this now. Balaclaya. Balaclaya. Okay. All right. Thanks. Learn something new every day. Okay. Here we go. Let's talk about this mandatory buyback program that Kamala was talking
Kamala.
about.
What would you do about the millions of specifically assault weapons that are already in circulation? What do you do about those?
Well, there are approximately 5 million, to your point, Craig. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. It's got to be smart. We got to do it the right way.
Pause.
What would you do
Did she just say 5 million?
about the millions of specifically assault weapons that are already in circulation? What do you do about those?
Well, there are approximately 5 million, to your point, Craig. We have to have a buyback.
Oh, really?
Au contraire, mon frère. I mean,
That doesn't count the ones that I lost in the boating accident at the bottom of the lake that I do not have.
I mean, we have like what, 1.5 guns for every person in this. I mean, we have
it's a ridiculous amount.
hundreds of millions,
Hundreds
of,
of
guns.
millions of guns, right? I mean, look
What
it
is
up.
she
Look it up.
talking-
How many guns per capita, whatever, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's way more than she says. And if they go house to house to take guns away from
393 million.
Yeah, there you go.
98% of guns are in civilian hands.
So
Oh, it's the equivalent of 120 firearms per 100 citizens.
okay, so all right, so how
she's-
many quote unquote? Now, see, I don't even like to use the term because an AR-15 is not an assault weapon. But how many AR style rifles are there in America? Because that's what she wants to take away. Let's get specific. Let's just
Assault,
drill down on
20
it.
million. 20 million AR style weapons. In
Okay,
circulation.
so more than 5 million.
Yeah, like by 4 times.
Ah, boy, your math is sharp. Your kung fu is good. So,
My gummy.
yeah, people are going to die. People are going to die if you try and do this.
Yeah, this won't be good.
This won't be good. Now, when was this? When did she say this? Do we have this? Do we have any idea? Oh, this is 2020. This is bringing up.
Oh, it is. It's old.
Uh-huh.
Well, she has talked about. She did. I have another thing. I'll find it.
Okay,
I
this
got-
is
I
cool.
got- hang
This
on,
was
hang
fun.
on,
What?
hang on.
What were we-
I got a thing where Kamala says in the first 100 days, if Congress does not pass
Oh, act. It's further down.
act. Oh, is it down?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
all
gonna.
right. All right, then she's
She's gonna. Because we need action. So she's gonna use executive action.
executive action to take guns, force, buy back. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah, which is called confiscation.
yep. Okay, so
Because I didn't buy them from the government.
right. Oh, right. That's true. Buy back. Oh, look at you. That's
Cute, right? but true.
Yeah, right.
Did you buy your guns from the government? I don't
No.
recall buying my guns from the government. Yeah, they didn't issue them to me. I didn't put in for the voucher, so there's nothing to buy back here.
And then
You
they're
didn't
going
sell
to use
them to
our
me.
tax money to pay people
Yes.
when they take their guns.
Yes. Yes, I got to pay taxes for the money. Basically, it's confiscation because I'm paying the taxes and then you're charging me. You're
To
giving me
take-
money back, but then you're taking it away in taxes,
Right.
which means you're just taking my guns. So all you're trying to do is take my fucking guns.
So last night, Kamala was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
And she had a rally, and she had a grand opening with Megan Thee Stallion, I think is her name.
Oh, yeah. Wait, who was twerking?
Just twerking.
Okay.
So then they go to announce Kamala to
Right
come
here,
out.
we're gonna announce Kamala, right? This is Kamala playing to the biggest audience ever. Okay, ready?
I am so honored to be introducing the next President of the United States of America, Vice President Kamala Harris. Just a second.
So that was great, right? Wasn't that awesome?
Good with the sound effects.
Thank
honey.
you.
That was
Thank
really
you. I was trying to be all over it this morning.
good. Okay, so then the people started leaving.
Okay, yeah. Well,
after
so they
performance.
after the twerking had gone on, as soon as she starts talking. Now, in all fairness, they're not leaving in droves, but the fact that any of them are leaving is kind of, embarrassing. They just came for the free show. And they're going to do this. They're going to continue to do this, have free concerts. Can you imagine how much it costs to have one of these twerking bimbos,
Oh my god.
perform? All right, so what are we talking about? Oh, yeah. So Kamala Harris,
Our black vice president,
show enough.
Bo Riesel,
Folks,
Bashizzle.
shizzle. These fucking people, Hillary Clinton carrying hot sauce around in her goddamn purse, and
Oh my god.
I mean, do you believe this shit? It's like you just all of a sudden put on an accent, and start to, I ain't no ways tired.
Work. No ways.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
We're gonna do it again in 2024. Huh?
Turn down a little bit.
Yes, she is
God.
quite screechy.
All right, play it again.
Yes, we will. So let's get right. And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
We're gonna do it again. 2024.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Uh-huh.
All right, more oh shit if you're a cop in England right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they better start paying attention for real.
They do. They should.
Listening to the signals. All right, let's move on. We've seen enough of that. More of this. Oh, here's another one we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Oh, this is another camera angle. Civil unrest, boys and girls. This is what it looked like.
Read the next one.
Yeah, this is Tommy Robinson weighing in
read
on
what
this.
he wrote.
3 children were brutally murdered, okay, at a Taylor Swift dance class yesterday, and the police are managing the situation in order to keep the people quiet.
8 children were stabbed, so three died.
So 3 died. Because one of them attacked officers and got a kick, and police didn't even intervene. The people of Southport are rightfully angry, and I don't blame them one bit, right?
Right.
Nope. No, man. I mean, it's just like,
And then they don't show up for the funeral. I mean, if they're going to be part of the community, they're going to be part of the community.
Yeah, no, that's not what it's about. They don't want to be part of the community. They want their own area set up. They want police no-go zones, right? And they want to set up just like they do that shit in Pakistan. There's that Peshawar district or whatever. It's no-go. Cops don't go there. Nobody goes there. They've already got them in England all over the place. It's a little enclave, and you can't go there. And as a matter of fact, reporters have gone in there, and the men start following them around and getting like hostile and threatening them. And this is like they've taken over sovereign British soil and established like these fucking beachheads.
Right.
And that's what they want to continue to do in these different places, right? So this is more breaking. I'm not going to hit the button. Venezuelan Army captains Javier and Juan Carlos Nieto Quintero sent messages to all soldiers. Hey, I did that pretty good, didn't I?
Pretty good.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's time to make the fight right decisions at a historical moment. It's evident we have a new presidente electe. Time for the army to intervene. Whoa!
Yep. Now there are some people in the army saying that Maduro is the rightfully elected. So
Right. So now we're talking about civil war, and we've heard that they've been passing out guns to the citizens. Some of the army has passed out guns to some of the citizenry. You had mentioned that to me this morning.
Okay.
So we have community note or some adding context. They are not active military. Juan Carlos Nieto Quintero was imprisoned and tortured by Venezuelan government security forces.
Oh.
Okay, so he's in exile. All right, so these people are
The resistance.
former. So they're talking to. Okay, that's good context. That's good context. I like that.
Sure.
That was helpful. Yep. And by the way, man, the only place to get news anymore is really on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. You can't depend upon the legacy news media at all.
No, especially timeliness.
Oh yeah, they're 2 days after if they report it right, you know. So okay, so is this we've gotten to through all our bookmarks pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. And JD Vance definitely
This
looks
was
like he wears eyeshadow.
Eyeliner.
Yep. This was pretty cool to watch. Let's watch this again. I like JD.
Yeah.
I saw the other day Kamala Harris question my loyalty to this country. That's the word she used, loyalty. And it's an interesting word, simplify, loyalty, because there is no greater sign of disloyalty to this country than what Kamala Harris has done at our southern border.
Wow.
And I'd like to ask the Vice President, what has she done to question my loyalty to this country? I served in the United States Marine Corps. I went to Iraq for this country.
Hooah.
I built a business for this country. And my running mate took a bullet for this country. So my question to Kamala Harris is, what the hell have you done to question our loyalty to the United States of America?
Wow.
Yeah, very, very well done, sir. Very well done. Very well done. But he's weird. Wasn't that weird? He was weird. That was a weird speech. They're just so weird. We're weird.
Is this like a kinder, gentler?
Yeah, it's the kinder, gentler Democratic
Weird.
Party. We're just weird.
Okay.
We're Abby something. Abby
No.
Abby normal. We're just different. We're off.
Yep.
You know? Are we queer? Does that make us queer? Are we going full circle now? This is crazy. This is crazy.
I don't know.
Aren't they the party of weird? No, they're the party of normal. Is that it? Okay. Sure. So I don't know.
No,
I mean, that's it. That's all I got queued up for the
Yep.
day.
Let's
I don't know.
moveon.org.
Yeah,
with our
okay.
day.
So just about ready to do that, yeah. Oh God, we gotta vote this guy in. We have to vote President Trump in. Oh, this whole thing, man. This whole thing, let's talk about this for a minute. This is Alex Jones. Fight, fight, fight. Google didn't want you to know this video exists. You know, this
Neither
whole
does Facebook.
Yeah,
or
the Facebook,
Instagram.
the iconic image, you know, No, it's not. We've been involved in so many different things we should have never been involved in, right?
Yeah.
I still, to this day, can't figure out, because there wasn't any, is we went from Afghanistan as somehow a catalyst and a reason to go invade Iraq. It made no sense whatsoever.
Right.
And then there were no weapons of mass destruction at all. It was all just a big psyop to have a pretext for invading. Yep. I hate to say it, though, but, it doesn't make us the great Satan. I think we made a lot of mistakes because we've had some pretty corrupt rulers. Politicians that we've elected into positions that have made decisions for forces like the military-industrial complex instead of what's right for the people of the United States of America. Mm-hmm. And at this point, we're off the rails. And so, yeah, this whole thing in Venezuela is disturbing. I find it very disturbing because I think it's a prelude to what's coming next. All right, old style. Oh yeah, there you go. He's so weird, J.D. Vance. He's so weird. Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I think I think the whole thing is a mess. And I don't want to get everybody dizzy by scrolling down. Let me turn down my brightness for a second here. I didn't mess with my camera. There I go. Turn the lights down. It's too bright in here. Much better. So yeah, it's a mess. And then there's the whole thing. Let's just talk for a minute about the whole hearing that we watched, that we spent all day watching. Mm-hmm. God, I didn't even talk about that.
The Secret Service.
I had a clip where the stand-in Secret Service. I maybe you can find a clip of it. Now, never mind. I'll just go full screen. I'll find it for tomorrow. My God. So we watched the whole thing where the senators were grilling. And for the most part, I would have to say, with the exception of Mazie Hirono, who was on her own planet, okay, talking about gun control and, because they can't pass up an opportunity to do so. Totally inappropriate, wrong time, wrong, place to start discussing the fact that, wouldn't it be a good idea, Mr. FBI person, if there were less guns on the street? Because then people couldn't use them to shoot and do things like what happened last week. Wouldn't that be good? Would you weigh in on that, please? And the FBI director's he goes, I am not going anywhere near that fucking question, lady. Yeah. Okay? Because that's totally not what we're here to talk about. So that was, but they asked a lot of good questions. And it got pretty dicey at times. So if you didn't watch it, you should go out and look at some highlights. But at one point they said, how was this allowed to happen? And I'll put out, as a matter of fact, I'll make a post about it because I was going to make some content about it, just reacting to that portion of the hearing where he says, well, and he stares off into the sky almost, into the distance, and he says, I think what we have here now how could this have happened? All right, this is the question, how did this series of all this shit going on, how could possibly all this have come and lined up in the stars, and then the cow farted at the right time, and I mean everything happened and everything lined up and our president almost got killed? How did this happen? How could this have come to be? He looks off and he says, I think what we have here is a lack of imagination. And then he goes, a failure to imagine that there are forces and actors in this world that actually want to harm our protectees. He actually said that shit out fucking loud out of his stupid head. I mean, everything was pretty okay up to that point. He was given a little more information, okay, than the original Secret Service director, Kim Cheadle.
Cheadle.
Cheadle. Okay, and he was doing all right. He seems like a square Joe. He's a big old blockhead, and he looks like he could beat people up, and I'm sure he probably was a good meathead to jump in front of the president at times, and he probably makes a pretty good paper pusher. But they asked him and they pressed him to say, all right, who was the site commander? Who was the one in charge? Who was the one making the decision? Who was the one? And all we got was, well, it's a community and a team approach, and you don't understand. It's not a yes or no answer. I can't just give you a name. It's an ongoing discussion. It's
And
fluid.
no one's been fired.
Comes and it goes, and nobody's been fired, and nobody's been disciplined, and really, even the guys, until we really figure out. I mean, he's interviewed all these fucking people already. He's talked to them supposedly. He hasn't. Somebody has. And he's kind of familiarized himself a little bit with the reports about those interviews. Okay? It's like it's fucking 17 days into this. You should know exactly who fucking didn't do what they were supposed to do. And right now, we should be discussing what the proper disciplinary action is, but you certainly shouldn't be on active duty protecting the Democratic National Convention.
Right.
Or any more Trump rallies or anything of the sort. Has anybody reassigned? Anything happened at all? No. No, because it's this globular agency bureaucratic bullshit. The buck never stops anywhere. There's always some fucking committee looking at it. And when the committee, and the wheels of justice, they just turn real slow. Allowing the media and everybody to memory hole shit.
Yep.
Okay, it's all a setup. It's all dragging their heels. It's all designed to obfuscate. And the more they do it, the more people suspect there's a fucking government cover-up.
Right.
And that the government was indeed involved in deliberately being lax at the right time in the right place to allow some dorko with his dad's gun, 20-year-old kid, to nearly assassinate the next president or the, presidential candidate. It's ridiculous. And so, yes, essentially, overall, well, the government has become, not America, but the government itself, it has become, because it serves itself. It no longer serves our interests, and it no longer really serves global interests. At some point, when and if America ever functioned as the policeman of the world and actually filled those shoes, and I think we did at times in our history, we're certainly not doing it now.
Right.
We're certainly not doing it now. We've withdrawn. There's a power vacuum. We've collapsed. We've been overthrown from within, and we've had essentially a coup that nobody's ever seen before. Well, yes, you've seen it in third world countries, which is why everybody showed up at January 6th and why a bunch of people are in jail and why they're still prosecuting more. So, we're past the Rubicon, guys. We have been. We've passed so many Rubicons at this point that we're in total banana republic land. We're in uncharted waters. It's totally unprecedented. And now we've got, if this thing pops off in the Middle East and Israel goes tactical nuke, or, gangs, here, another piece of news. Apparently the South American gang leaders have given the go-ahead and green light for violence against police officers in this country, right? To basically lock, load, and fire on them. So it's it's crazy. We're in a bad place, guys. We're not in a good place. So, and in this time, you know, I think that alternative news media reporting like us and getting together in communities and getting together in X spaces and supporting places like us is very, very, very important right now, because the mainstream media is not telling you the truth.
Right.
Look at Google. You type in assassination, and assassination of Trump wasn't the first thing to show up on the screen
Wasn't there at all.
until they were called out on it. And then magically it just appears again. You can't trust a damn thing. Not to mention Facebook. Probably this is going to go down as one of the top 3 most iconic photos in American history. Right. And they banned it on Facebook. I mean, that just tells you what the environment we're going to live in. It's clear election interference.
Yep.
And they ain't done, boys and girls. They ain't done. So, yeah, definitely continuing. If you're a person of prayer, continuing to pray. If you're a person of financial means, help support us. If you're a person that's got a lot of time on their hands and have talents, volunteer for doing something for us, or make your memes, or do videos and content, promote our content. Right now, you got to be as active as you possibly can in whatever way you can, as much as you can, because literally everything is at stake, you know. And I hate to use hyperbolic language because it's the kind of stuff that they warn that, you know, because that makes people do extreme things. Like they said, he's Hitler, right? Well, look, no, they're not Hitler, but we are living and going to be living, and we are currently living in an authoritarian regime. We are currently in whatever you want to call it, a version of communism. We are in a place of, at times, fascism. It's some thing that is no longer a democratic republic. The basic institutions have all been hijacked by Marxist ideology. And so, and it's going to take a generation to fix it. And it's questionable whether we're going to get out of this without violence and without deep turmoil and without bloodshed and without people dying. And so the whole world sort of feels like a hornet's nest right now. And I would suggest, if you're not a Christian, that you might look into Jesus Christ right about now. Because if things do get dicey and for some reason harm befalls you, or you simply just fall ill, or the next pandemic comes along and it's more contagious than the last one and more deadly than the last one, you want to make sure that you understand and know Jesus Christ, because apart from him, you'll die in your sin and you'll have to pay for it yourself. That's going to be awful. And you don't want any part of that. And I know I can't sell it to you I don't sell hell insurance cards here. Okay. But what I do, offer is the gospel message that says God did it for you in behalf of his son to pay for your sin. And if you plead his blood, then you will be clothed in his righteousness, and God will be able to express his full love toward you because his justice problem toward you has been solved by him for you, right? So you want to take him up on that offer in all sincerity, and you want to repent of your sin because you can't just accept Jesus and keep knocking around like you've been knocking around before. That won't work. That's the hell insurance card part, right? We're not going to just dump a bucket of water on you, call you saved, and move on with it, right? We don't do that here. There's no cheap salvation offered here at the Truth Slinger Project. We only offer the real thing. And so if you want to know about anything at all, you want to talk to me personally, I offer counseling. Make sure you DM me, get a hold of me, or write a comment. If you can't DM me, and I will get a hold of you, or give me an email address or something, so we can start talking. And because in my salvation these days comes in your salvation. I don't know if you understand what that means, but I'm in a bad way right now. I'm real messed up. The only time I'm happiest when I'm doing this show, when I'm with you guys, fulfilling my special purpose.
Porpoise.
My porpoise. When I'm riding the porpoise, man, I'm feeling good, right? But when I get out and see, I got to do a whole bunch of stuff I don't want to do to get to the part where I get to hopefully get to a place where I get to do stuff I want to do again. But there's a whole bunch of crap, not just one or two things, but a lot of them. And so I'm lacking in motivation in doing that, and then I'm procrastinating, and so then my conscience is on me, and I'm waking up sweaty, and blah, and I feel horrible. So anyway, yeah, pray for us in that regard if you can, because, man, pray the boogeyman off of us.
Yeah, pray for me.
Yeah, and her too. Yeah, she's a mess, man. So anyway, but really, this is all about that I am saving myself through saving you. And that's the way it kind of works for all of us, is that we really need to be more concerned with others as we are ourselves, look outside of ourselves, for therein, that's what Jesus did. He was more concerned with others than with self. And we're supposed to be like Jesus, so I guess I should model that, right? That makes a lot of sense to me. Mm-hmm. And so as long as I do that, then it gives me more purpose for doing all the nasty shit that I don't really want to do on a daily basis. And so sharing that with you on a daily basis hopefully helps you to go, oh, okay, I'm not the only person that's screwed up in the world if you have screwed up tendencies. And to understand that, I'm living our lives in front of you, and in a way it's a little bit rough. It's a little bit embarrassing because I'm honest to a fault at times. And so that means that you're along for the whole ride. And that's not necessarily always a good career move. Right, but I don't know. That's not what this is about. I hope and pray that if God blesses it, God will bless it, and it can turn into a career. We certainly hope that happens. But I don't know. Whatever it is, it is. And hopefully I won't end up being at Walmart saying, "Welcome to Walmart. Have a nice day." So anyway, all right, that's it. 1 hour 20 in the books. That seemed good enough.
Yeah.
Mama looks like she's hangry.
Yeah.
Getting hangry.
It's been 20 minutes that you've been like.
Well, yeah, but okay. But normally we go almost 2 hours.
I know. Well,
so we didn't have a show yesterday.
Denise just showed up.
Yeah, right. So
okay, yes, I'm hungry.
See, and the other thing too is that not smoking. See, and so now we got to eat because there's nothing to smoke. Can't smoke cigarettes, so we have to eat. Right? And yes, I had a few cigarettes yesterday, but after the whole thing with the tractor, something had to give. When I almost cried with the $460.
No, you did cry.
I did cry. Okay, I admit it. Goodbye. Love you guys.